That's the tourism sector. A number of businesses in that sector will reopen under advanced level 3 of the lockdown. It's one of the sectors that's been hardest hit by COVID-19. For more on this, we're joined by the CEO of South Africa Tourism, and that's Njona, who joins us via Skype from Johannesburg. Mr. Njona, thank you very much for your time. Firstly, how many visitors do you expect in hotels, given the kind of regulations that have been relaxed thus far?
Well, good morning, and good morning to everybody. So at the moment, still international tourists are not allowed into the country. The borders are still closed, so it's only domestic tourism. We are yet to see the impact of this, when domestic leisure is allowed to happen. The key thing to note, however, although the President announced the easing of the sector itself to opening, the provincial borders are still up. Right, so therefore, people from Gauteng can't travel to Mpumalanga, as an example, for tourism. They have to stay within their province. So we still have to analyze the impact of that and start to assess the numbers as they start to come through.
Yeah, so that suggests to me then that you are not expecting any visitors anytime soon, particularly with the numbers of infections escalating ever so slightly every day. In fact, it's not even slight. It's quite astronomical, the numbers we're seeing.
Yeah, well, South Africa is obviously following the risk-adjusted framework in terms of opening up the sector. So whilst I can't tell you when we'll open up our borders to international travelers, I can tell you when we get to level 1 as an example. So then the President will have to announce as to when we get to level 1. And I think that will be the timing of looking at the pandemic itself, the epidemiological kind of numbers and everything else will have to be considered when we ultimately get this. So again, yes, the numbers are increasing, but I think if you had understood earlier on was that we'll reach our peak as a country probably around August, September, and I think this is in line with that.
Yeah. Mr. Njona, I think my conversation with you right now suggests to me that perhaps this might have been something that really wasn't that necessary given where we are in terms of infections, but also the borders that are still very much shut in terms of interprovincial travel. Is this helping the easing of the regulations and hotels opening? And I'm asking this because I'm sensing from you that you're not expecting any visitors into these hotels, are you?
No, I think, look, we are expecting visitors. It's just not at the quantum that we were previously at. And again, the mantra is to say that we want to open up tourism when it is safe to do so. And you do it gradually as you start to learn and get confidence of how it's open. So therefore, the key elements thus far is that when we reached level 3 initially, we were allowed to open and allowed for domestic business travel. Now leisure has been added to that one, and that's a bigger pool of people to travel. And then I think the next advancement will be when the provincial borders come down, ultimately regional, and then international. So I think it's sequencing, almost drip feeding it slowly so that we can all be comfortable and get the confidence that we are able to accept visitors in very large numbers.
Yeah, even if we do get to that level 1, where you are suggesting we are likely to see, therefore, the uptick in numbers of visitors, it will still come with a lot of stringent measures. How do you think the industry is likely to cope with those?
Oh, absolutely. And I think the issue around stringent measures and tourism changing is not a South African phenomenon, but a global one. We are observing destinations around the world at the moment, especially in the Northern Hemisphere, which is their peak season right now, as to how they are going about it, and great lessons to learn from there as to apply it over here. The ideal thing for us at the moment is that we are in our winter season, which is our off-peak season, and whatever we're putting in place now must gear us up for the future. It's all going to be about confidence and trust. Confidence, that South Africa's tourism fraternity does put the health of the visitors, up front, and has taken the necessary precautions, and then trust from a country perspective that South Africa is on top of the pandemic and is actually managing it efficiently. And I think those two are going to be quite important in projecting to the world that they can visit South Africa and we've got things under control.
Sisantshona, thank you very much for your time. He is the CEO of Tourism South Africa. Well,